Welcome to Travel Market Life, your companion for industry insights and professional business development. Travel Market Life. Join us by webcast, video or podcast.
Hello and welcome back to Travel Market Life. This is Hoteliers Voice Season 3. And in this episode, we're looking at how to make incremental gains to your technology stack with Andreas Stöckli, General Manager at Hotel Schweizerhof in Zurich. Standing at over 140 years old, Hotel Schweizerhof has 98 rooms and suites with modern conveniences and stylish, luxurious amenities, where guests are treated to the feel of old-world elegance with the added convenience of modern accommodations and courteous, friendly and attentive service. Hotel Schweizerhof lives and breathes hospitality, ensuring that the needs of guests are always at the forefront of their thinking. In conversation with Andreas today, we'll look at the hotel tech stack for a contemporary luxury hotel, in-room entertainment and digital technologies, the website user experience, operations management and streamlining processes, and costs and energy efficiencies.
Travel Market Life.
Andreas, thank you ever so much for joining us today to look at incremental gains to your technology stack. Now, at a contemporary luxury hotel, technology is key. But what does that mean when you approach your tech stack and guest technology and digital services?
Thanks for having me, Ryan, first. To me, technology just needs to remain in the background. It needs to be user-friendly. I think that's the key. It needs to be supportive. It needs to be facilitative, and it needs to be, in the end, meaningful to everybody who's using it.
And I say you're looking at from the guest perspective as well as your staff's perspectives. I mean, there's always been this discussion around the art of hospitality, particularly within luxury hotels. So how do you help to balance that with staff to help them understand the utilization of technology and how they should be delivering those guest expectations around service?
Technology needs to be in the back, and it needs to be as easy for the guests as for the employees. If it's not easy for the employees to use, they will fade out. You will lose them. You will lose them right from the start with the project. So better ask them first if they see any sense in it. If it sounds like work, they will definitely not join the club. But if it sounds like ease, they will join the club. So I guess that's the key, and probably the same with the guest.
One of the areas that you invest in is upgrading your in-room entertainment. Can you tell us about your in-room entertainment services and how this works for your guests and the benefits you've received?
So luckily we found this company called Inspire, and these guys are very good in delivering as well tailor-made products for the hotel. And they made actually that what we thought the guests of today like to have. It's like streaming, mirroring, login for private accounts to see their Netflix, to see their own pictures, being into Disney, or we are an international hotel. That means 80% comes from outside Switzerland. That means finding your right channel through language selection is very useful, I would say, and as well for us then putting room service on the screen, pushing room service in different languages at different times is fantastic. And in these days as well, if you have a QR code and then you can just make a picture of it, and your remote, your handy or your mobile phone becomes a remote control is cool for a lot of people, because they're still not 100% sure of having foreign things in their hands. Other things like there is an immediate feedback button where guests can immediately share their mood they're in, and we have the chance immediately actually to react on their mood and make sure that the thing's going to be right for them. So that's, I think that's about it, and Inspire delivers that.
Now, one of the other areas we've been focusing on for the customer experience is the user experience, particularly for your own booking engine for direct reservations. Can you tell us about how you've invested in the new booking engine and what that's enabling you to do from a product experience perspective?
Yeah, I think all or a lot of modern booking engines are on par with the OTAs or with the international hotel chains. So we as a privately owned hotel, individual hotel, we need to have that power like OTAs and international chain hotels. And if the booking process is as good or even better than those guys, then the lucrative direct bookings, they will increase. So, and that's actually the goal, right? And having like a multi-property functions on our internet booking engine, so we can have our special Dufour brand, which is a 5-star brand within a 4-star brand. We can actually serve both sides for the user, and going through an experience website, guests can easily book either our 4 or a 5-star product, and in a clear and understandable way.
Excellent. So it's really being able to help you diversify the sort of offers that you're being able to present to them in a way that they're used to across the much larger recognized commercial players in the industry. Now, another area, I mean, you've mentioned just earlier, the need to make sure that staff can buy into these tools, make sure that it adds that simplicity and provides ease within their roles. Now, operations management and streamlining processes today is so important, particularly where there is a struggle to perhaps recruit, retain staff, but also to bring those essential efficiencies across the property. Can you tell me about how you've digitalized your communications and improved some of those processes for the staff?
I think it's a good point you bring up here, because just front of digitalization doesn't help. You have to have the backup as the back end as well, somehow more efficient. And we have found a program which is called M-Files, which is a document management program, which works fantastically via keyword search. So anyone in the hotel can find invoices, search suppliers, even products or prices, and this promotes very efficient, a lot of efficiency, and of course self-employment empowerment. You don't have to run all the time to the manager and ask, where is this, or how is that? You just go, make your search, and you find it by yourself. So this is very cool with these M-Files. The second thing is like a Hotel Kit. I guess there's a few hotels already in the world using it. That's what chain started, and that is fantastic because it is very contemporary with training tools like videos. So everybody from Gen Z till Gen X or the baby boomers will understand it. Hotel Kit makes the internal operational and administrative knowledge and information accessible to everybody, and in a mobile way. You don't have to sit on a desk. You can have it on your mobile, and Hotel Kit as well. If you tick on it, people have read it, so you can make sure everybody has gotten the message, and that is fantastic.
Are you seeing a greater expectation among staff, particularly some of your new staff, that they would have some sort of smartphone or tablet device in order to be able to access some of the files and information of the property as they're around the building?
As everybody brings in his own device, you just have to give him the access. So that, and you have to allow him, let's say, the balance of a little bit of private and the rest of work tools, because I guess that's just the new world. If you cut it out, you have to make behaviors though, that you don't like surf around in front of the guests and so. But in the end of the day, this mobile phone is in everybody's pocket, and it is there to stay, and it is there as well for private as for business reason in your pocket.
Excellent. So really seeing the value of
Yeah.
staff having their own technology, but being able to incorporate access to what's happening at the property. As you say, yes, as and when they're out and about, they can check that. There's not obviously, as you say, sort of like when you're servicing guests. Now, we all know that the European market has been particularly hit hard by energy costs. We've seen inflation over the last couple of years as well, really impacts, I guess, profitability. So managing cost and energy efficiency is key. How have you found a solution to keeping on top of this?
You know, I have to say, luckily we're in Switzerland and inflation is not that high as in other places, but we see that high energy costs are here to stay for a certain time. And we found actually with Siemens and Protel, which is our property management system, we found a solution that it's called an E-Link, where the individual room regulation is actually linked to the property management system, and when a guest checks out, the room itself will regulate down to a energy low reset. Exactly, and that actually helps us a lot, because before humans had to go in and had to reset it like that, we save about 3 to 4 hours of energy cost saving, and we expect, especially right now in summertime, about 20% of energy consumption being saved with that solution.
Yeah, I can imagine, especially in the midst of the summer, high heat, air conditioning, and in the middle of the winter, as people ramp up the heating in their rooms. If you can sort of set that back to a standard level, then you are saving significant energy costs.
Yes, it is. And as you see, the Americans and as well people from the Middle East, they stretch it till to the end. Yeah, so it's on the lowest level or on the highest level.
And then you've really been focusing on developing that hotel tech stack, and you've not really focused on one particular area, have you? You've actually been making incremental gains across your property. Why is it important that you approach your strategy like that? And how do you consider such even bigger projects where you might need to make a drastic change in your providers or your platforms?
The hotel is 150 years old. It's a complicated old building, which is in front, of course, looks brand new. So it needs to pay out. You have to make a calculation, So if you have like heat, light, and power, which is there, you can. And it's still running very well. It would be a gray zone to invest a lot of money just to gain a little bit of energy. So therefore, optimizing is the key, and we optimize in both ways: on the revenue side, on the guest satisfaction side, on the employee satisfaction side, but as well on the owner satisfaction side, means costs. So this is just the game we have to play anyway, and it's just new tools which arise, and we are just there and use them as good as we can, and actually they a lot of them make a lot of fun as well, because they really help.
Now, another area that you have been investing in is getting control of your WLAN, and that's really quite important for you and your guests. Can you tell us what you've done and why that has been key to your property?
Yeah, first of all, I think we got in every room we have like an access point. So that means guests can either shut it off or shut it on. That's very important, I think. That's a good message. Some people just don't want it, but most of them want it, of course. And therefore, it's very important that an effective distribution of the capacity of the gigabyte is fairly made, so to every room. Huh? So therefore, you have to have a controller where the gigabytes are very well controlled. That is, I think, very important. That gives a lot of stability to the network. Secondly, the provider of the product is responsible for the content that's been downloaded. As in Switzerland, it's like this. I don't know how it is all over the world, but with us, we are responsible for the content. That's why I would recommend having a third-party provider, such as Monsoon we have, because he's like checking what is being downloaded, and if there is some illegal stuff, whatever bumps or whoever, he cuts it off immediately. So they have the resources, they have the control, and we are hoteliers. We don't even. That's not our business, I'd say. That's not our core business. And they do that fantastically. And thirdly, I think if you have a fantastic VLAN environment, it needs to be controlled that it's functioned well. So if you have like a few rooms, or if you're like an entire floor which is not working, you're going to hear that immediate at the front office. Like this, we are probably faster than the guest finds it out. We are faster than we can see. They call us, hey, there is an issue, probably there's a block out or whatever. So these are the points actually which makes it very important, because we hear it from all over the world. VLAN is probably more important than shower. That's crazy. That's crazy. Yeah.
Now, as part of your digitalization plan, what have you got next?
We are a bit in the consolidation phase, because we have a lot of things now running, and those things we need to dive deeper in that, like M-Files, HotelKit, and even Inspire, and so on. But there's a few things which definitely will with the change of generation, online check-in, mobile door check-in is on the list. We're just looking for a suitable solution. There are a few good ones around, but not as good as we think. The infrastructure is here, so that means we just need a software provider to do that. There we are. And then furthermore, we ask ourselves and scratch our heads a little bit, what will happen with the AI, like ChatGPT? Can we use that somehow, or augmented reality, like the Vision Pro? I guess it's a bit in the future, but that will affect us. I'm sure it will affect us. And if we understand how we can use it, we will again benefit from it, I'm sure. But that is a bit the future. Huh?
Now, I mean, when it comes to, as you say, identifying the right technology, the need for that technology, how do you find and select the right technology vendor partners for Hotel Schweizerhof?
We are curious, we're constantly looking out. First of all, probably if something is implemented successfully, you want to go for more, right? And if you have a bunch of young people who are pushing, and they actually they bring you all the time new stuff on the table and say, that would be good, that would be good. And on the other hand, we are partnering, like in terms of marketing, with like big congresses, like the World Web Forum we had, or just lately we had the Shift, which is a conference for ethics in digitalizations. And we have those people in the hotel. Then we talk with them. So we're just curious, right? And whenever we find something that pops up, that we think, hey, that could be easier for the guests, or easier for us, or probably it makes more sense than whatever we had before, then we stick to it and have a look at it. So that's actually the strategy, is actually staying curious.
And when does it feel right when you find a vendor? What's the key criteria? Would you say yes?
Mostly, if I bring it up to the team, and the team says, you know what, I can see that, because then I'm not by myself, and then I got the entire army in the back of me, and they will bring it alive. So it's mostly like this. If there's an idea, I think it's cool, I invite the guy or the lady. They have a pitch. If the pitch doesn't work, he's out. So it needs to be more than 50% of the team who agrees to continue. Otherwise, it will be a failure.
Wonderful. Excellent. Andreas, thank you ever so much for that whistle-stop tour around your tech stack development and giving us a bit of an insight into sort of how you've been making those evolutions within the property.
You're welcome.
So that was Andreas Stöckli, General Manager at Hotel Schweizerhof, Zurich, sharing with us how he makes incremental gains to his technology tech stack at the Hotel Schweizerhof. You've been listening to Hoteliers Voice Season 3. Check out more episodes on Travel Market Life. I'm your host, Ryan Haynes. Thanks for listening. Ciao for now.
For more, go to Travel Market Life. The music Sensation by Zach Nelson is reproduced under license from Storyblocks. Travel Market Life is a Haynes Marcoms digital marketing agency production, serving the travel and technology industries.